Gaffer, obviously not the result we were looking for today. How do you assess it?
It was pretty similar to the Hartlepool game in terms of the in possession stuff. The out of possession stuff, I thought we contained them well in terms of what they try and do, and were aggressive and got up to the ball and stopped them playing long. But then again, a set piece, so that's 3 now in 2 games, which isn't good enough. And I said to the players in there that I'll take responsibility for that, in terms of I need to be right on top of it, and I've maybe delegated a little bit, but still involved in it. But now I'm taking it over, because at the end of the day, it's my responsibility to do that. So that will happen moving forward. Again, teams in this league are very good from set plays, so we need to match that up. And we didn't do it today. Mazid wins the first header, and then they get a second contact, and we aren't picking up our man for that second or third phase, and they put the ball into the back of the net, which they do. They're really good at what they do. So that was disappointing. We defended our box well first half, I thought. Second half, obviously, the goal says it all, and then there's a mix-up for the second goal, and we just struggled to get back into it. The players, you can tell, there's a lot that's gone on at this football club for them over the last, 6 months, 5-6 months, and they look really short of confidence. They look fearful in the way they're playing, and it's down to us as coaching staff to try and take those shackles off somewhat. But that's the biggest thing that we need to do, is to free them up, because they look nervous. Their first touch, majority of the time, is backwards, playing backwards instead of playing forwards. Against teams like Sutton United, you have to play forwards quickly in transition, and that's where we're at. So, yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult in there after a performance like that, and against Hartlepool to pick them up. But we're going to have to, because I said with Stevenage will be a similar game. Steve Evans have done brilliantly with them, and they've got good players, so it's going to be even tougher on Friday night.
Yeah, lots of injuries, as we know. We spoke to George Francomb, who expressed sort of the importance of having those players that we are missing at the moment, and maybe the importance of in January being able to strengthen. Is that something you agree with?
I do, yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly, in terms of, yes, bang on. The injuries have hurt us. The first game I was here for against Swindon, I thought Joel Lynch was outstanding. And then him and Ashley Allison come off within a minute of each other against Hartlepool. Nader's again another big player, gets us up the pitch, creates, scores. And James Tilley as well, technically really good footballer who will look after the ball. So we know where we're at, but this is where we're at. So we've got to get on with it and roll our sleeves up and deal with it. But yeah, it's January, a big month for the football club, definitely.
Were we expecting Sutton to have a similar game plan to Hartlepool in the way they applied themselves today?
They're pretty similar. You can tell they're brilliantly drilled in terms of what they do, and they do it really well. There was no surprises out there in terms of the way we prepped for the game and the way what we spoke to the players about, and the analysis videos, etc. And the players know what to expect. And loads of them have played, quite a lot of them have played at this level, and knew Sutton and what they do. And we just, on the key occasions, didn't deal with it, and that was a disappointing thing. The 2 goals that we concede are really, really avoidable.
Yeah, George also mentioned we're stripped bare at the moment, obviously with the injuries. Just going into that window, are there any areas of the squad that, in particular, that you want to strengthen?
I don't want to say too much, but yeah, there's key areas that we've identified and that we need strengthening if we want to be competitive in this league. And those areas are, I think every supporter will know where those areas are. It's not rocket science, and that's what we'll be looking to do. But we have what we have right now. There is players that I believe are good football players that are playing with a fearfulness in them, 100%. And we need to make sure that load is lessened off them in terms of the nervousness going out onto the pitch. You know, I've said to them, the times when I played my best football as a player, don't get me wrong, I had self-doubt on occasions as well, and doubted myself when I wasn't probably playing the best. But when I played my best, as soon as I went onto that white line, I just freed myself up completely mentally. And I think at the minute the players are just thinking about it too much, and obviously, and rightly so, there's a few discerning chants, etc., from the crowd, and it affects them. And I've been there as a player, but like I said, when I played my best, I didn't let that affect me. I just got on with showing the good player that I was.
And now something new for yourself, obviously in a way there at Stevenage, we know they're doing very well, but it's a new challenge, isn't it?
It is different. Well, it'll be a similar kind of game, but Stevenage are very, very good at what they do. There'll be no surprises there again. And it'll be an extremely difficult game. I'm completely aware of that. So I think it's important now that the next 2 training sessions, Wednesday and Thursday, are really important to us as staff and to the players, that, one, we pick them up, but 2, we really nail down what we want from the players, really nail it down. And that's what we'll be looking to do.
Matty, thank you very much. George, obviously not the performance that we were looking for. What do you think happened out there today?
You know, I don't think there was really much in the game from either side. I thought it was pretty poor game, I would imagine, to watch. You know, I think when the games are like that, probably similar like the Hartlepool game, obviously our performance has got to be better. But, you know, when it's a bit of a bobbly game and, you know, they make it hard, like, fair play to them. You know what you're going to get from Sutton. They're going to make the game really hard. You got to come away with a 0-0 at least. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've not really threatened our goal. Two really poor goals, 1 set piece, and then obviously a mix up where no one's really took control, which has resulted in penalty. So I think, you know, the 2 goals are really poor, and that's what's cost us at the end of the day. Obviously our performance has got to be better where we can go on to win the game, but the game's going to be like this now. It's going to be a battle. We're in a relegation battle at the end of the day. So, you know, it's a reality check, and we've got to be better.
Yeah, lots of similarities actually today from that Hartlepool game, like you say. And was it a case of the opposition making it hard for us to play the football we want to play, or is that not an excuse?
Yeah, but that's what they're supposed to do at the end of the day, and we've got to be stronger as a squad. You know, the squad's light. The squad's not good enough. We need some help in January, in my opinion. You know, I feel sorry for the gaffer and sire, because I feel sorry for the fans. The situation we're in, you know, the squad needs help for the second half of the season, in my opinion. Otherwise, we'll definitely end up in a relegation battle, a very serious one.
Yeah, and for yourself to get out there and see those key players missing, see Tills and Nadders and Lynchy and all the rest sort of not out there, does make it tough, I suppose, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does. You know, they're massive players for us, and any time a squad loses players like that, that have been so key in the past over the last couple of seasons, and, you know, you've seen when we've got our full strength team out, then we can go on good runs still. But, you know, that's what the squad's there for at the end of the day. And players that are coming in, they've got to be, you know, they've got to be ready.
It looked like a slightly different shape today. We saw sort of flashes of Crawley in that 10 position. We saw flashes of it working, but just wasn't quite there.
Yeah, like I said, you know, it's one of them games. They come and they try and make it a bitty game, and you know, that's what they're built on, and fair play to them, because it's brought them success. Know a couple of their lads, and, you know, they get some results at the end of the day, and it's got them another result today.
Yeah, solid side, weren't they, physically too?
Yeah, but, you know, that's every week in this league. You got to have a squad equipped to deal with that, and, you know, you got to have the nous within the team. Like I said, you know, I feel sorry for the gaffer and sire, because they're top. You know, they're top guys, and hopefully they'll do well for the club. Feel sorry for the fans. You know, it's not good enough performance back to back at home now. You know, it's night and day compared to the Swindon game. The gaffer's first game in charge was electric. You know, that's a proper performance, and that's what you need week in, week out. And the last 2 games have been absolutely poor.
George, thanks for speaking to us.